Hi, I'm Sherry Kappel, the U.S. lead for the Document Excellence Group. What we're here to talk about today is the Document Excellence Group Capabilities Matrix. Now, you probably haven't really heard of what a capability matrix is, but I want you to know how it came about. Early in the pandemic, we held a virtual roundtable for all of the DEG membership. And at that virtual roundtable, we talked about what is, given this new arena for us all to work in, what is the future of a document production group within a law firm? And one of the considerations that so many raised was the attrition they anticipated, what shall we call, then shortly thereafter became called the Great Resignation, attrition of those retiring and those skills walking out the door. And what's interesting about it is how, as we discuss those very expert skills and the years, if not decades, some of them it took to form for the actual team, the acknowledgement that it was the capabilities of the entire team, the summation of individual skills, that honestly made up how valuable a document production unit was to a firm. That was when Richard MacDougall and I and others, a group of others, formed a working party within the Document Excellence Group and created the Capabilities Matrix. This tool is essentially packaged in a spreadsheet, and it helps you visualize, quantify the skills of your existing staff in summary. We've provided as well in the tool how job requirements, we know they evolve over time. We've provided some descriptions inside of it. And the visualization that you get when you fill it in year over year is it helps you identify, dare I say, anticipate team-wide skill gaps that you really need to manage for, and also clarify priorities for future candidates when you're going to hire. Now, there is one other thing that came out of this, and I just feel, Richard, we need to share this with our audience, and that is that we equally gave an entire sheet of this to help people understand that a document production skill set is not a dead-end job. There are so many future career paths that people can take, and we included in there the basically the career paths we've seen many document production people take advantage of and evolve into. So with that, I want to show you what the capabilities matrix looks like once filled in for a team. And then I'm going to hand it over to Richard, who's going to take you through a real life scenario. Here we go. And so Richard, why don't you go ahead and take the screen from me and show everyone how it's done.
Thanks, Sherry. Hello, everybody. I'm Richard MacDougall, and I got involved with the DEG in this project in 2020. And this is a story that I think we're all familiar with as document professionals. And the particular story that I'm going to tell now is one that all of us may have experienced. And that is that in early 2020, an incident took place at the firm where during a closing, versions of documents were scattered in many different locations. Some associates had their documents here, others had them there, paralegals had them in this place. And it led to a great deal of consternation and embarrassment for the partners. After the fact, administrative staff was asked why all of the documents were not in the DMS. The overarching argument was that a lot of money was spent on the DMS. It is used as a very protective tool to protect the documents, to protect the partnership. So our team was tasked with becoming experts in DMS functionality, creating documentation about using the DMS, and coaching the rest of the firm in DMS best practices. We were given 2 years to improve performance, 2022 being the second year there. And we used this matrix in order to do it. So in 2020, we took the matrix, we entered our team members, and then we brought the capabilities matrix itself up, and we looked at the DMS skills. And these were the skills that we thought were important. And we saw that our team average was under 2.5 out of 4. And we realized that in the best possible case scenario, having the team average equal 4 would be ideal. But we decided we'll aim for 4. Let's see where we can get in 2 years. Now, one of the things that we're most concerned about happened, and that is attrition. We had one person who had been in the document industry for a long time move into the IT field, and we had another person retire. So we found ourselves with 2 openings. And we moved to 2022, and we go to our team members, and we hired Peter and Ellen, who replaced, I believe it was Sue and Sam in 2020. And one of the things that we decided when we were hiring new staff was that we wanted to hire people not who had just used document management systems in the past, but who really understood the importance of them and really were experts. So as the time went by and we reevaluated what are we looking for in our document management system skills, OneDrive functionality came into the picture. So we needed to, halfway through this process, we needed to start evaluating people on OneDrive functionality. That wasn't even part of the firm's reality at the beginning of this. So Peter and Ellen came in, and they were so good at the DMS that they basically took the lead in the firm, in the group, to bring the team up and to help create documentation and to help lead our coaching strategy. Over the course of time, with training, including investing in bringing a trainer in from the DMS vendor, we were able to bring almost everybody's skills up to where we were comfortable. And the spots where we didn't see the kind of improvement we wanted, we believe that those skills will continue to improve. And so if we look at 2020, we see that we averaged 2 to 2.25. After investing the time and money in training people, we were able to bring the skill sets up to almost 4, but certainly 3 to 3.5 on average. We believe that this was possible because we used the matrix, because we knew what we were looking for, because we knew what skills were important. This matrix was successful for us. So Sherry, do you think that tells the story of the matrix? What can you add to that?
I would like simply to add, Richard, 2 things. One, that this matrix is populated with nearly 250 skills that are required by a document processing unit in a law firm, in a professional legal firm, a document intensive organization. And by identifying those skills, it really truly opened up the eyes of leadership to the contribution, number one, they're all making, but secondly, that these are skills that are honed over time and do require some investment and attention and anticipation, and also kind of staff strategy for the future. The second thing I want to point out is, because I think our audience has been wondering, Richard, what's a 1 mean? What's a 2 mean? How do I get a green score?
That's an excellent question. And so we've chosen the scale of 0 to 4. 0 being somebody who's never been trained in the skill, and a 4 being somebody who can work as a coach. So the way the matrix is designed is that as each person is evaluated, and it's not unrealistic to start this process by having each individual fill in their score, what they believe their
exactly.
rating is.
Yeah.
And start there. And so then leadership can look at it and say, well, that person we know is really, really good, and they only rate themselves a 3. I think they should really be a 4 because they have the skills that we're looking for. And somebody else might rate themselves a 3, and leadership might say, they are good, but maybe they're really a 2. And so it should not be a weapon The matrix isn't a weapon, it's a tool so that the entire team can work together to raise the quality of the services that they're providing. So, take the matrix, have each person rank themselves, compile that information, and then have leadership go through and rank as they see fit. And we've given this guide. We've determined that these are the words that should be used. You might use different words in your organization. Maybe the word coaches doesn't work for your organization, but you get the idea. This is to help
And Richard,
you reach a goal, not us dictate how you're supposed to operate.
I also think that we should point out to everyone that we've given you in this tab guidance on how to use the matrix, but I want everyone to know that we have members of the Document Excellence Group who have taken this tool and adapted it for a number of purposes. So for instance, it was an IT group affiliated with the document. They also had document production under their wing, and they took it and adapted it for IT skills. So we are confident that you can find usefulness for this tool, and that if applied, and again, as your story and scenario raised, if you set goals, this is absolutely a tool that is going to show the value, the need for more expertise in your organization, and also celebrate when you have more coaches than you have untrained users. We thank you so much for listening to this. Please download the Capabilities Matrix and take advantage. We appreciate your time. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everybody.